sky?
Because today we're hanging out at Disney's Riviera Resort to start, but it's time for us to fly.
We're gonna do a Skyliner foodie crawl.
I really feel like with this heat, by the end we will be crawling. That's everyone choice to food entertainment. We're here to investigate this fun so we can invite you. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not. She's going first.
It's time for foodie and chill. This is a new vegan dessert. It's basically like a strawberry cream brioche. It looks very much like the hot cross bun that we got from the Boardwalk Deli like a couple years back. I'm really excited for this, but I think it's gonna be a mess, so I had to sew it. We're gonna go ahead and cut on into this little bun situation. Ooh. You can see all of the jam. Maybe you can't see it. Give me a second. Jam and cream and brioche. Oh my, look at that. Ooh, creamy. What an exotic dessert. This is a huge bite, but I commit to my mistakes, so cheers to the beginning of the crawl. Always start with dessert. As a bread aficionado, this bread is fire. I'm really excited to see if it tastes exactly like the hot cross buns that Bear got, because they weren't vegan, so I'm excited for his opinion. The whipped cream is beautiful. It's light, it's lovely. I think Disney has learned how to master whipped cream. They've done it for a few vegan options now, and I think it's perfect. The one thing that I do not like on this is the strawberry jam. Well, strawberry is my favorite fruit, so I find that to be a little bit disappointing. I think it would be better if it was made fresh. This isn't. This is definitely canned and super artificial, and it's lacking there. It should have just been a freshly made jam in-house. They can do it with the cream, and the bun would be a 5 out of 5. But because that artificial, like syrupy taste comes in, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 buns, but I'm still gonna eat it.
If it's one thing I cannot resist, it's a dairy-free cream in something, meaning that I can actually have it. Most of these desserts I have to avoid like a plague, but this is filled to the brim with both the cream and the strawberry. I can already smell it from here. It does obviously smell a little bit artificial, but we're going for overall flavor here. Maybe they did good. Maybe they did bad. It does taste similar to the hot cross buns that I had in the Boardwalk Deli, but it's lighter and obviously a lot more cream. The hot cross buns, literally just cream on top, and there was no cream like inside of it. This I think is a little bit better. The strawberry topping is like a strawberry topping you get like a Cold Stone or like a Baskin Robbins. Is TCB like something?
Maybe.
Dairy Queen, similar strawberry toppings. Like it's strawberry adjacent, but it's still technically strawberry. It's a good dessert. I like this one overly sweet, and then the cream and the strawberry are balanced, so it's not too much of either one. I would probably struggle to finish the entire one though. Give it 3.5 out of 5 plus. The simply but elegantly put Italian buttercream cupcake. Riviera stamped, and because our Italian friends are so fancy they're not satisfied with a regular Disney cupcake, they gotta have the logo on it, they gotta have some golden popping pearls, some Mickeys on there, but it's just another fancy Disney cupcake, or is it an Italian rain? And yes, I'm using a knife and fork on Disney cupcake, because you know what? I'm over pretending like you can eat these things without making a mess. Just cut right there through the middle, no cream inside, it's just that good old-fashioned Dave Chappelle level yellow cake, you know, before he became a Ohio level shut-in. That's a lot of cake. I'm only half that. There we go. That looks more manageable, even for a bear. When I initially picked up this cupcake, and it's probably because we've been in the Epic Universe a lot. The looks of it reminded me of a cupcake version of their butterbeer crepe. Obviously, the flavor is nothing like that. It's really just yellow cake and buttercream icing. A nice, light, fluffy yellow cake. And yellow cake is probably like one of my least favorite cakes, but I like to balance out the icing. This is, I would call this a reasonable level of icing on a Disney cupcake compared to some of the insane ones we've got from like Animal Kingdom or for like specialty events. It's a cupcake. If you like Disney cupcakes, this one will make you feel like you should have maybe won like a sport jacket here or something. I would give it 3.75 out of 5 stars. We rivied our era.
Yeah, we just started with dessert because we have so many things to eat today, but I don't know. I feel like this one is like the fanciest quick service on the Skyliner. It literally feels like a table service dining.
Typical Primo Piatto. The fancy doesn't always equal good.
If you're gonna eat here, highly recommend modifying the pizza or getting the wrap for grab and go. Both are really good. If you've never had the vegetable skewer, that's also good. I like that. Do you have any favorites here?
Not really.
No? That sucks. All right, then I guess onwards. I always love the plating on these tasty tacos. I love how they use the limes to hold them up. I forgot that they put pineapple in it though, so that's gonna be a struggle for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lime on there. Maybe that'll help balance out some of this pineapple. All right, now you can get these tacos at both Centertown Market and Spyglass Grill. I prefer Spyglass Grill because they have a beautiful yuca bowl as well. Cheers to these tacos. They are super soft, so they need like something extra to be crunchy because the beans and the pineapple are soft. Sauce is soft. The slaw, there's really not a lot of it, so I would love like some lettuce in there. Maybe I put some of this cucumber and tomato salad in there. I don't know, but it just needs a crunch. Other than that, I would give it like a 3.75 out of 5 tacos. It's my second favorite taco on Disney property. The best non-alt meat taco on property.
Laurel Hill Caribbean Beach Resort, because they are king of the Caribbean taco. There are other better tacos on property, but when you want Caribbean flavors in taco form, you come here and you accept no substitutes. I'm actually surprised at how good the base is, the pinto beans. It's a nice like contrast to the pineapple slaw. So you have like a really like being their legumes in the first place, like an earthy, savory, that touch of like the tangy, sweet slaw, and it just kind of works. It is kind of mushy, and I agree. It probably could use some crunch. The slaw is just not crunchy enough. Maybe if it had like some crispy onions or something, just like something in there, just some significance to bite into. Otherwise, it just feels like you're just eating salad or a taco, which is not wrong per se. But it could use something else. It definitely feels like it's missing that special something to make these unique, rather than just being a bean taco. But they're still tasty. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 stars.
This is the cucumber tomato salad. Now I got this dish instead of the standard fries that come with this. I just didn't want fried food. The only thing that comes close to this on property is at Mara at Animal Kingdom Lodge. There's really nowhere else that you can get like a decent salad like this. And considering that the Mediterranean chickpea salad is going away, it's nice to have this. The Mediterranean chickpea salad is still here at Caribbean, but we already know for sure it's going away, so get it while you still can. I love the tang and the crunch of this salad, plus the onion. It's just a really nice salad. There's a Persian salad kind of like this, and I love it, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5 salads. It tosses my salad.
Nice cucumber tomato salad. Anytime I see a tomato salad nowadays, I'm reminded of that watermelon salad for some reason from Sanaa. I don't like watermelon, but I often daydream about that salad. Like often. I don't say that about watermelon ever. But that one, we had some good times together. I really feel it as a culture, worldwide, not just Americans, and we're worrisome enough already as it is, that we underestimate the importance and the significance that the cucumber adds to a salad. I know lettuce is like the main, you got greens and everything else, but cucumbers add like that nice touch. They soak in sauce as well, and they just go well with basically anything. All hail the cucumber. 4 out of 5 points. Here we have this delicious bowl of Korean meatballs. This is the brand new limited time item for AANHPI month. And yes, I am still saying AANHPI month because Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders deserve their due and recognition for the month, and I'm gonna do it all month until somebody shuts me up. Coincidentally, you can't shut me up. So, into the Korean meatballs. This is Korean meatballs with, I believe, gochujang. Yes. And then we have this tasty slaw down here at the bottom. We're gonna go just meatball first. I'm gonna do just that gochujang in my gang. I'll admit, I was expecting allspice. Gochujang is not one of those spices you play around with. Too much gochujang and you will be miserable. But this manages a very like sweet but spicy sort of flavor. But I wouldn't call it spicy like heat wise. I'm giving it a temperature rating. It's like a 0.75 out of 10 on the heat scale. But you can tell the spices are there. Your mileage may vary because remember I am a spice nut. So I often don't feel even the base levels of spice. That, however, is one tasty meatball. The Italians would be jealous. I give that one a 3.75 out of 5 balls. Now let's try it with the slaw. Get those flavors up in there, nice and crunchy. If it had been kimchi, I'd be a little bit more excited. As a connoisseur of all things slaw, I approve. The slaw actually holds a little bit more of the spice than the meatballs do. So right now I'm sitting like a 2.5 out of 10 on the heat scale. That elevation of the meatballs themselves, definitely takes this dish up a notch. Giving the whole bowl 4 out of 5 claws. I'm gonna miss this when it goes. I am definitely feeling the rhythm here at Caribbean Beach Resort.
Yeah, we had a great little meal and it was nice.
I still think this is one of the best quick service on the property as far as like variety and the things that you can get.
Agreed.
And it is underappreciated. I wouldn't say underrated, but underappreciated for what it is.
Centertown Market and Spyglass Grill are 2 amazing quick service places that are in our top 25 best quick service.
Yes. But of course, there are other things on Skyliner, and we're not done yet.
Yes, we got 2 more stops to go. Vegan ramen. Now, Bear and I were both discussing terrible foods that we have had at resort quick service. And going back to our first landscape of, because I was going to say dinner, but our first landscape of flavors video was breakfast, and that was not good. And then our second one was dinner, and that was also not good. So I feel like the exploratory terrible dishes are usually here. So, vegan ramen. We have a miso broth here. This is the same broth they offer for every dish. It said meatballs. I see one here. Now, I thought these were gonna be like the ones that we got at Art of Animation. These are way small. I don't think so. These gotta be different. But in truth, oh, here's another one. Oh, look how cute. They're like baby balls. I don't even know. I don't know. Nobody has time for baby balls, in my opinion. What we do have time for is broth. Because as Bear says, if the broth is trash, the bowl is trash. And I have a feeling the bowl is gonna be trash. If I could describe beige as a broth, it would be this. Miso has got like its own like little tones to it, and you can kind of feel like the miso consistency in this, but it's like watered down miso. Like they didn't put anything else in this broth, it's just miso and water. And it tastes like miso and water. Now the cool or not so cool thing about the ramen here is that they put it in one of those like recycling like watery thingies, so it's like it's like an is an agitator. I don't know words. English is not my first language. So agitator, it goes in the agitator, and then they pour the little spiggity thing, and then the broth comes out. Much better than Food and Wine ramen situation, but just as bad. Not as salty, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be putting some kikuman soy sauce in this. I would give the broth a 2 out of 5 broths. Let's go ahead and try the rest of this bowl, shall we? I feel like I gotta commit to this. Oh my gosh, look at the noodles are all stuck together. Oh, this is not a vibe, y'all. I should okay, let me pull a Shelby and preload my noodles here. This is literally a genius way to eat ramen, even though I don't do it right. We were just hanging out with Shelby yesterday, and she was further educating me on this preloading noodles situation, and I think I got it. I guess I gotta double eat it. If I had not seen the chef cook these noodles myself, you would call me fool. They taste like dough. Yes, you heard me correctly. It tastes like dough. Now, the meatballs are definitely Impossible meatballs. They're just small. They're not bad. They just, I don't know. I think they should have been, I don't think they do anything with these meatballs. I think they are like the little frozen Impossible meatballs. Maybe they're just smaller because they're in like a hot water. But I think they need to be seared off. They need to be cooked and seared first before you put them in the ramen. Just like a tofu skin offering or something like that. Like you need to just sear it first and then throw it in there. I think if the noodles were properly cooked and maybe you had like a tomato slice or two in there, maybe some fried garlic, like sear the meatballs, salt and pepper, maybe you would be in shape. This, and what was that? The seasoning that I love, Tagarashi in this would be amazing, but we have none of those things. Instead, we have a very bland, disappointing, undercooked noodle bowl. If I had a trash can accessible, I probably would have spit out that bite. Therefore, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 ramens. I would not call this ramen unless I want to disgrace the ramen gods.
At this point, I gotta ask myself why any quick service place at Disney keeps attempting to make ramen a thing. If the Japan Pavilion and Epcot can't get it right, I don't know what would possess both Coronado Springs and the Art of Animation to think that they stood a chance in hell. And yet, here we are again, trying quick service ramen. Some of you asked me to try this. Somehow, I feel like you don't really like me. You want me to be miserable. You want me to be able to feign disappointment. As if I don't have enough disappointment in 2025 already. You gotta give me this. Oh my god. Let's go right in. Just like the princess said. And we always say on this channel, if the broth is trash, the bowl is trash.
Wait, is there a noodle in there? Don't get a noodle in your first bite. You don't want to ruin it for you. I'm sorry. You just need to do it right. That's right.
This tastes like you dropped pre-packaged miso cubes powder and then dissolved it in water and called it broth. I'm not expecting much. Not expecting much. It looks like the water that we can get out of our glass lake. You look at this water, look at the water you come in over the Skyliner. It's literally the same. It tastes like I imagine that water tastes, but warm. Well, it's 100 degrees today,
yeah.
So exactly how I imagine that tasting. This does not bode well. I would give the broth a 1.5 out of 5 claws. That means already the bowl is trash. But hey, maybe it's got some redeeming qualities. But as I pick up these noodles, they have less rebound than Drake's career. Like that's not confidence inspiring. Not at all.
May the force be with you.
And also with you. May the mouse help me. That ramen tastes authentic as Tim Curry's accent in the 1993 version of Three Musketeers by Disney. Tim Curry, I love you, but the accent was rough and you know it. It's a bowl of soup with noodles in it. Calling it ramen feels downright disrespectful. It feels like you want to go to war with Japan like we did in Captain America Brave New World, but less entertaining. I mean that respectfully, but disrespectful. It's awful. The noodles are given nothing. The veggies, I'll give them, are fresh. Got some bok choy in here. I don't know what possessed you to believe that meatballs were going to go in this ramen. You would have left the meatballs out and been better off. It still would have been bad.
Meatballs don't matter.
But it would have been bad with no meatballs. And those meatballs are not doing you any favors. I have seen better balls on Goofy. That's rough. That is not fantastic. I'll give them this. They're doing better than Coronado, but not by much. Not by much. The noodle type is correct. The whole bowl is still flaming hot garbage. If you really want something hot and well seasoned, there's a pool with a bunch of people out there that's probably better seasoned than this. 1.5 out of 5 plus. They said that the mark of insanity is doing something the same way a second time and expecting different results. I don't know if it makes Disney insane or me. Probably me because I paid for it. If you thought the broth would get any better by having chicken in it, you would be wrong. I would rather have a soup made out of the runoff of every Disney Resort bar mat than eat this for any length of time other than the length of this video. Let's go ahead and dig in.
Is it the same broth as the vegan?
Exact same broth.
Do you want to try it with the Swiss, or are you going to do it?
Let's try this. We're going to eat it as is, and then I'm going to add a little soy sauce to see if maybe that will improve things. That means I'm taking 3 bites of whatever the hell this is. Okay. Dig right in. And they have some shredded chicken in here. It's like partially shredded. It looks cooked. Here's some sear on a little bit of that. What is this Titanic level iceberg down here?
Oh.
I thought this was ramen, not Demi Moore in the substance. Like this is okay. All right, Disney. I got you clocked. I see what the game is here. We got beef. We sure as hell don't have ramen, but we got beef. Let's just go ahead and pile on all the stuff that's supposed to be good. Even this terrible egg looked like it came out of a gas station refrigerator. All in. I feel like my soul reset right there for a second. The chicken tastes like they put Walmart level deli meat, seared and sliced it and dumped it in a bowl. It's not given any sort of like flavor. Normally if you get like a any sort of like chicken, maybe like minced pork or a chicken thigh or even chasu, it's seasoned, cooked beforehand. There's a sear on that, but it looks like one of those like pre-packaged salad sears you get in like the gas station fridge. You know, the salad has been sitting there for like a week. That's what it's given. The egg is slimy and nothing else. The yolk gave nothing. The green onions aren't helping. The carrots do jack. There are both edamame and corn in here. That's not helping your cause. It's like Dumbo just spat in my face. This is just not great. If you want to start an international incident, you can start with this. Because I would literally throw this in my worst enemy and not feel bad about it. My worst enemy currently being ABC commissary, but I would still throw it. This is a 1 out of 5 claws because I feel offensed of that chicken. Offensed.
Do you think it would have been better with the standard beef?
Now, they do also have a beef ramen, and I would have the option of getting that instead of this. I don't have any faith after the chicken I tasted, or even the Princess's plant-based meatball, that the beef would have been any sort of saving grace, because at its base, the execution is off. Because even if you season that beef perfectly, the noodles are hot garbage. They look like something that came out of like a soap factory and Fight Club, and the broth is just medical waste. It's just not good. But you know what? Sometimes you can just season the crap out of something, you know? And it gets better. Not great, but better. So we have Kikkoman. They could have gone cheap. Disney does have like a cheap soy sauce. They stock Kikkoman. Smells like authentic Kikkoman. Look at that. I can't even mix the noodles. It's just a clump. It's like noodle cancer in here.
No.
That is not... Look at that. That's just stuck to...
Don't eat that.
That don't make no sense. No damn sense. Bok choy. I just went from medical waste to salty medical waste.
Oh no.
I'm looking forward to Disney's next live action movie more than I'm looking forward to the next time they attempt ramen. Y'all gotta stop making me do this. It's a 1 out of 5 claws. It's just awful. Don't do it. Don't let yourself be fooled. Again, we do this when you don't have to. You don't have to do this. I chose to, and I regret it.
This is the Asian cold salad. This is replacing the chickpea Mediterranean salad here at AOA and Pop. At the All-Stars, as you saw, the couscous salad is replacing it over there. It's still available at Port Orleans for now, but it's also going to get replaced with the meatball dish, which is cool. Now, this in Japan, traditionally, buckwheat noodles is a summer noodle, and it's usually served cold, so when it's like super, super, super hot in Japan, buckwheat noodles is the jam. I'm doing the Shelby twirl here with a little bit of, I guess I'm going to grab broccoli. Oh, look at it. It just came out to be a perfect bite. I love that. Cheers. This is much better than the ramen by a lot. The buckwheat noodles are fabulous. I would actually take the buckwheat noodles in the ramen if we're going to be doing that. And just do like a cold ramen, especially in the summer. Why are we going hot when it's 100 degrees plus outside? This summer junior is 100 degrees out. We don't need hot ramen. Cold noodles, great. These buckwheat noodles are also slightly overcooked. They're supposed to be somewhat on the al dente side, and they're not, but that's fine. I love the veg. The veg is giving me like that tomato salad that we just had at Centertown, so I'm here for that. I'm not a big fan of the way the broccoli tastes, but I'll eat this salad over the ramen any day of the week. I will give it a 3.75 out of 5 salads. It tosses my cold noodle salad.
Cold noodle salad, I'm not upset at. I like the cold noodle salad when it's done correctly. It looks like all the fixings right. It's got some broccoli in here. It looks like some zucchini, that's cucumber. Little tomatoes. It looks nice. It smells better than any other thing we've had here today. Honestly, if this is even slightly okay, it's winning the day. It's sad, but I'm so glad to have this in my mouth now. I can't taste the ramen anymore. It's a nice tartness to it. The noodles are a little off, but honestly, I can forgive because they're leagues above what the ramen is. The veggies are nice. They got a little crunch to them. I like what the tomatoes and cucumbers are doing, the broccoli. This I would eat and not be upset at. This wouldn't get thrown in your face. I wouldn't need to go a Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon or a Bruce Leroy Show Enough Showdown next time you try to feed me ramen in this park, in this resort. That will happen. And I won't be Bruce Leroy. I will be the Shogun of Harlem. I give this one 3.5 out of 5 claws.
Don't you think it'd be better with like a yuzu dressing?
I like the dressing as is, but usually dressing might add a little bit of carrot, if that's what you want. Usually this can sometimes be too tart for me. This as is great. Even a little bit of soy sauce, a little kick, this would probably be alright. We arted of animation, did?
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we threw away our ramen.
No need to lie, I filmed it.
Oh, well, we threw away our ramen and it was terrible.
Yes.
So don't get that.
I've never been so happy to throw something in the trash the entire time we've had this channel.
So you think this ramen is worse than Coronado?
I think that it's doing better, only they chose a better noodle, but they're both equally trash.
I mean, Coronado at least knew how to cook their noodles, right?
But they use spaghetti noodles almost.
Well, they use spaghetti noodles. They offered me spaghetti noodles, which is terrible.
The noodles were wrong. The broth was wrong. The bowls were wrong. The ingredients were wrong. The broth at Coronado was worse. If I have to pick one, okay, Coronado was definitely more terrible. That doesn't mean I'm giving Art of Animation its flowers. That was god-awful.
They should just stop with ramen.
Give it up.
General.
It's not a thing. It's never going to be a thing.
So let's go to Pop. That's our last stop.
This better pop off or else.
Pop Century is the only resort that does not have the Korean Impossible Burger. Instead, they have their own version of like a Planties burger, which is kind of like In-N-Out. And then they still have the meatloaf. They're the last place that has it. They also have the chickpea curry salad, just like Port Orleans does, but that's going to be going away soon, as is the meatloaf. So get it while you still can here at Pop Century. Cheers. I think that is the closest thing to theme park Planties that you're gonna get, period. I love it. Probably the best thing that I've had on this crawl all day, except for that strawberry thing, which was I'll give this a 4.75 out of 5 Impossible Burgers. I love this 10 times more than the Korean burger. Planties, check out our video of Planties. It is basically a vegan In-N-Out location in downtown Orlando, and we go there often.
Hooray! Another plant-based burger, another variation on a plant-based burger. This boy is already falling apart with the, I was watching the cook grill this thing, and it's a smashed patty. I didn't have a whole lot of faith that it was cooked the entire way, but the proof is in the patty. I won't be a hater when I don't have to be. And that is a decent plant-based burger. The house sauce does tastes a lot like In-N-Out sauce. Smashed patty, while not looking like it was cooked well enough, it's cooked all the way through. Probably because of how thin they smashed it. The bun is nice and fluffy. I feel like they need a slightly thicker bun on the base because of just how the sauce just demolished the bottom bun. But otherwise, it's a better plant-based burger than anything I would ever expect to come out of Pop Century. They did, in fact, pop off with this one. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 points. Every once in a while, you come across something unique hidden away in some of the quick service refrigerators. some of the things they sneak in there sometimes, they don't tell anybody, no big fanfare. Sometimes they're just messing with you. And that's what I feel this two-faced looking Batman villain of a croissant is. You have a PB&J croissant. Obviously, you have the J here. I'm assuming this part is the PB. It's interesting. Interesting to say the least. Does it taste interesting? Or is this a joke? A killing joke, if you will. Okay. That was a pleasant surprise. That first bite, I was like, okay, you're selling jelly and a croissant. Jelly-filled croissants are not game-changing. Once you get to the center, you get a blast of peanut butter to your gullet, balanced out with that jelly half. It's given PB&J croissant. I'm not one to extol on the virtues of Disney treats because I think most of them are hot garbage sugar bombs. This is a vibe. 5 out of 5 claws. If you wander this way and you even remotely like PB&J, you need to get this immediately.
So is this the best thing you've had today?
This is, in fact, the best thing I've had today. So here we have this fanciful looking thing that looks to be punching way above its weight class is the porchetta burger. You have a porchetta pork patty with a fried egg on top, a herb dressing, and then also pork cracklings in there, so a little like pork rinds in there with that herb dressing. And then the patty is a traditional beef patty with a huge piece of porchetta pork on top, the cheese in the middle. It is a honking meaty meat of a burger with a lot going on. But is it a good time as the egg oozes out the side? Or is it as confused as the ingredients that exist on its burger? This is a messy boy. I'm biting either way. A burger's burger. That's the kind of burger that all other burgers talk about. That nice piece of like pork on there is what I should have seen in like the ramen that I had earlier, and better broth and better everything, honestly. Or the pork cracklings are so soaked into the herb, you don't really get a whole lot from those. There's like no crunch, but we have the meaty, juicy of the burger, that richness of the pork, and then the runny egg is a richness that most people do not deserve in their lives. Honestly, it's a good burger. I'm not even a burger person, and I quite enjoy it. I would give it 4 out of 5 claws. We haven't been to Everything Pop since the remodel. They're doing well. The burgers taste good. The place is a literal acid trip, and they serve cocktails inside now. All wins, really. As another special little hidden treat, they have street corn fries here. You can get an entire order of street corn fries, or you can get them as a side with any burger. They're $2. They're for $2, so you upcharge. So you have cotija cheese and corn salsa on there. There's also a heaping helping of tahini and a
queso, I think?
cilantro lime crema. They love the cilantro here, as you can see. I feel like we're in like a cilantro apocalypse with the amount of cilantro that the theme parks have been giving away to us lately. And it's not just Disney. Everybody has been giving away a lot of cilantro lately. It's given street corn. And they did not skimp on the cotija cheese. I expected it to be like a Salt Bay level sprinkling. No, they went all in. Like powdered Candy Mountain level of cotija cheese, and it actually works. The flavors don't exactly mesh well with the bruschetta burger. I feel like they're two different schools of food, but if you're looking for two delightful things to put into a bowl together and you don't really care if they clash, hell, go for it. 4 out of 5 points. that has been our crawl around the Skyliner.
We hope you enjoyed all 4 of these resorts as we ate around all of them, small to large meals, and had a decent time.
Yeah, even if you're staying at the value resorts, you can have a foodie adventure very easily with just the rides on the Skyliner.
Yeah.
And even if you want to ride the Skyliner, because some of you have an aversion to that, it's very easy to walk and take the boat or bus. Most places, if you just like park at Hollywood Studios, something like that, it's a fun day.
Or
either
Epcot.
way. Or Epcot. You can do Epcot as well. But I want to know what you guys think. Have you liked the things you've seen today? Do you like our little adventures like this? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you see us do, that will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will eat himself outside of the century.
There's the girl.